What's good, Raider Nation? It's your boy G_Money Raiders, aka Galen, coming to you with another edition of My Take, where I'm here to talk about how our Oakland Raiders lost 40-9 to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just gonna give you a quick take, because I gotta get in here at work, because I'm at work now, of what I think and feel. And I've been listening to everybody on YouTube and everybody on Twitter, and how everybody is pretty upset at how Derek Carr play has been, which is called for. I mean, I give it that. It is called for. His play has been subpar when it comes to playing in Kansas City, and it's sad that for him to get all of these accolades and stats and everything, that he can't beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. I just don't understand how and why he can't go to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs, because we used to play the Chiefs pretty tough. Past Raider teams used to play the Chiefs tough in Kansas City. Used to be we used to have a problem in Oakland. But I'm going to start with Carr. The whole deal now is everybody talking about, is it time to, let Carr go, trade Carr, whatever. And I'm going to say this to everybody, because I'm not trying to be one of those people who look at Derek Carr and saying that it's him. It's him. I kind of look at it like this. To me, it's the system that the quarterback is running. I looked at an article today where it showed how Tom Brady was talking about how his receivers aren't fast enough, and that, they lost against the Texans, and that he was basically saying that the receivers that he had have to be faster in order to make stuff go, in order to make things work. So, as we always like to say, how Derek Carr is the dink and dunk champ, which he is, but that's the system that is requiring that. I remember that's how Gannon was. When Gannon was playing with under Gruden system, it was dink and dunk. Every once in a while, he would, throw it deep to Jerry Porter or throw it deep to Andre Rison. But what we have to understand, in the way that I'm seeing it and the way I'm looking at it, is that play style of football, that West Coast offense, is almost geriatric, to the point where you do have to bring in new styles and new ways of getting, your team to get receivers open. I look at all these other teams. You can't tell me that all 31 other teams in the NFL have high power, high style receivers. I mean, you do have teams with good receivers and better receivers than we do, but their record wise is not as good as ours as well. I mean, but it just all predicated and all, bounced around on the fact of how the system that we are running for our Raiders is being ran. John Gruden, to me, has to open up his mind besides his offense. It has to go through him in that way, to me, because the way I'm looking at it and the way that I'm seeing it, it's, check down king and you making this quarterback dink and dunk. Well, defenses know, because if you looked at what the Honey Badger said after the game, we know Derek Carr is a quarterback that's going to take care of the ball, and he knows he's going to get the ball to either his check downs or his tight ends. So that means in this game, when you know that and you hear that, well, it's time for you to start getting your 101s. When you see 101s, put receivers in 101 situations where you know that 50-50 ball that Derek's going to throw up or throw to that receiver, whether it be Williams, whether it be Davis, whether it be anybody, that's out there, that they're in the one-on-one situation. So I'm looking at this offense and I'm going, it's putrid. The only best part about it is The offensive line is great when it comes to the run, but when it comes to pass protect, they're big, but they're not big enough to protect Carr for a certain amount of time. So hence the reason why Carr is always dinking and dunking in the offense. They're not a great pass protecting offensive line. I mean, nobody is talking about that. There are times where, yeah, they do give Derek just enough time to be able to get the ball out at certain times and certain angles and certain positions. But that's that. Now the other part of it, aspect where I blame Carr is, I've been saying this on Twitter. I've been saying this to people who comment in my feed here on YouTube. To me, Derek doesn't see the field the way a true quarterback should see the field. Because if you know where everybody is and where everybody is at and where everybody's going to be at, then you know, if you know a defender is coming a particular way or coming at you this way, you know you got this open over here or this open over here. Now let me throw it here because I see this defender is coming here. And the way I see it and the way I'm looking at it is this offense that we're rolling with and we're, putting out on the field is not being, I'm not going to say explosive. I'm just going to say we don't have fast enough receivers to be able to get Carr, that fast receiver to get the ball down the field, that we can push the ball down the field so that defenses have to guard us in a way in which it's going to be, well, we got to watch them because they can't go over the top. So the way that I'm looking at it and the way that I'm seeing it is, if this team is going to go anywhere in this upcoming draft, you're going to have to draft a wide receiver. You're going to have to. And a receiver with some speed and a receiver with some route running ability to get open. Because when I'm looking at this offense yesterday, I'm looking at two guys. I'm looking at, which I don't understand, Cleveland Dawes and Zay running into each other and running and going in the same direction on the same route. Like, why is there two guys in the same area running practically almost the same route? Don't understand that. Then you have Gruden, who has a 4th and 1, and you go for it. Now, the play was cool when you give it to Davis, but Davis had an opening, and he chose to keep running it to the sideline to get the opening on the side and run down the sideline when we all know he clearly had an opening right to his, after the tackle position there. He had a clear path to go and get the first down. You got Josh Jacobs in my book, who was averaging 6 yards per carry. 6 yards per carry. And yet you try to do a, wide receiver end around to fool them, but yet you fool them, but in the end, the Davis guy fools himself by running into the defensive player. Then on top of that, you have him fumble the ball on the kickoff, which then gives the Chiefs very, very good field positioning because he runs into his player. I don't know what's going on with Davis. I don't know if Davis is upset because of the fact that he's not getting enough playing time, because the Raiders went out and got him. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why Gruden and these guys are so stone cold locked on Waller, stone cold locked on Monroe, stone cold locked on Williams. Well, I understand that they're paying these guys, but the whole fact of the matter of it is come on. You got to open up your freaking offense, man. You got to bring some different people that these defensive have not seen out on the field so that they can be like, oh, we don't know this player like that. We haven't seen this player. So we got to get some speed on the field ASAP. That's the only way we're going to beat a lot of these teams' defenses, so they can quit thinking, oh, Derek is only going to go to dink and dunk Derek or tight end Derek. The other aspect of Carr game is I'm tired of him also. I'm also tired of him throwing the ball in the ground when there's nothing there. Improvise, man. I understand If they're gonna do a screen, you gotta have somebody else open just in case the defense sees the screen and knows the screen. You gotta be able to know that you gotta put somebody else out on the field. That's a third down play. And you mean to tell me it was a wasted play because you decided to throw the ball on the ground? That's a wasted play. You might as well just kneel down, to me in my book, and just took the kneel down and just said, forget it, we'll just punt the ball. I mean, that's what it was to me. So to me, the offense was really, really putrid, on a lot of these plays. I understand everybody always saying we got mediocre wide receivers. Well, like I said, every NFL team ain't got the best wide receivers. But the Ravens are doing well. 49ers are doing well. These teams are doing well with subpar receivers. You can't sit here and tell me, other than Seth Roberts on the Ravens, name me another receiver. Other than the 49ers, name me a receiver on the 49ers. I mean, Houston is the only one where you got Hopkins, but after that, you got another receiver on there. I'm just saying that we can't sit up as Raider fans and just be like, it's the receivers. Yes, the receivers got to be able to catch the ball, but at the same time, the quarterback has to have the time to be able to get the ball off to the receivers as well. So, defensively, we've been hanging in there. I was pissed that dude Lawson had I think that's his name. He had number 26. He had the ball right there thrown to him, and he clearly drops it. Clearly drops the interception. He has it. Nobody around him. Could have ran afterwards, done whatever he needed to do, but he clearly drops the ball. So I give the defense a little credit because the defense is only as good as its offense gives it time to. I mean, if your offense goes 3 and out and put them right back out and they done stopped them, or they done went and made them go 3 and out, but it was 8 plays and them going 3 and out, and then you turn around and go 3 plays and then have to punt the ball and they got to come back out. You're not giving your defense enough time to be able to rest up or and get ready to be go out and to defend what needs to be defended. So I don't know, you guys. My question to y'all is, do y'all think the Raiders need to give up on Derek Carr? Me personally, I'm in the mood and saying, not just yet. Maybe it's almost time to start thinking about drafting a quarterback. Yeah, it's getting really, really close to my book of that because Derek's been here with us for 6 years. So I don't know. I can't pinpoint it with him why he's not playing good against the Chiefs, why he has these up and down games, or it's just you can't. I know I just talked about the offense, but you can't blame him. You got to blame him. He said he knows his offense. He knows what Gruden is thinking. This is his words. This is what he's saying. So that's my question to y'all. What do y'all think? Is it time to give up on Derek Carr and just draft the quarterback for the future of Vegas? Because that's next year. That's where we're going, So we got the Titans next. I'll try to do a preview video on the Titans because this is going to be a tough game at home. We really got to defend ourselves at home. And we've been all right so far this season at home because we've only lost 1 game at home. So, the other part I wanted to talk to y'all about this team is you got to remember how the NFL put the Raiders this season in a bad situation. I mean, you think about it, the scheduling. First 2 games is at home, and then you're on the road for 6, weeks or whatever after that. You get the players suspended. You got all this stuff going on with this team, and this is a young team. So just remember that, you guys. We got a very, very young team, and I'm trying to, I've been a Raider fan since '83, and I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and I've seen the ugly. So just keep hanging in there, y'all. I mean, it's going to change. I just believe it's going to change. Our rebuild has to come with steady progressing. And one more thing I want to ask is, did anybody understand why the New York referees come in on our games and switch calls when Andy Reid didn't call for the challenge of the interception, but New York decided to come in and make the call down to the refs? That's the same shit that happened to Vontaze Burfict. He got called off the field after the referees called him for a 15-yard penalty, the next thing you know, New York calls and have him ejected. So everybody always talk about we as Raider fans, always gripe and moan about the refs, but that's twice New York has come in and made some changes against our team that got overturned. So that's something to be said, y'all. And nobody's really talking about it, and nobody's saying nothing about it. That's weird, because now you're going back to the tuck rule game to me, in which back then the replay was you couldn't go and look at a replay on anything, and they stopped the game then and went to a replay and then decided on the tuck rule game. Y'all got to think of stuff like this. Is the NFL really just against the Raiders? Period. Just the NFL itself. I mean, you got biases within people, don't get me wrong, but then is the NFL against the Raiders? That's another question that I have. All right, Raider Nation, this is your boy G_Money Raiders, aka Gator, signing off. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I will comment and talk to you guys, whoever comment in. Just keep trying to, give y'all some videos and being realistic about our Oakland Raiders. And like I said, I want to salute the Kansas City Chiefs in the end. They did, beat us, plain and simple. So, peace out, Raider Nation. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.